Hello. This is a 4E fan, and I'm here doing my first video. To give a sum up of what I'm doing is I'm playing Borderlands 1 while I schizo ramble about different shit. I will probably talk about the game maybe a little bit, but not a lot. It's gonna be a lot of schizo rambling, and I mean a lot. So let's get it started. So I heard, keywords heard, don't fully know how true it is, but somebody told me at what's it called, basically I could be wrong, and I don't know if it's already out or something. I'm sorry, but at
Let's get out of here.
FN is now starting to produce suppressors, and or cans or whatever you call them. Which, if that is true, that's pretty cool in its own right, because it's a company that originally didn't even support suppressors or anything. Now making them, which, like I said, I see is pretty cool. Sorry, I'm also hard focused now. And I just stopped talking. I know, yeah, I gotta love it. Sorry, I went like low-key hard focused there. My question is, how much are they going to be, especially knowing like how expensive FN can be? That's my biggest fear about it, because they are a company that charges a lot for a lot of things. Like a good example is like their 5.7. If I remember, is like 1,200, which, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, it is the FN 5.7. It's kind of iconic with them, but at the end of the day, too, though, like about, if you look at like the Ruger 5.7, which is 700, the Smith is like 5 something. You know, a lot of other companies have them cheaper, and you can have the same accuracy, you know. And that's where I'm like, I don't fully like it. And then too, they need to do something for their fans. Like a good example is like, let's say the FN Classic 5.7, because a good way to look at it is the fact of, you know, they are also the one who likes to talk about like classic models and stuff like that, because they have talked about classic and stuff. I've heard they thought about making a classic Scar with like a reciprocating charging handle and shit like that, which, if that is true, awesome. But at the end of the day, I know for a fact they're gonna charge $5,000, even though, you know, that gun has been known to break sights mainly because of how much recoil from like the reciprocating charging handle and stuff like that. But, you know, that's them, I guess. But like, I feel like they're gonna probably charge like $2 grand for a suppressor or a can or whatever it's called, you know. Because if that is what ends up happening, there's gonna be way too many people who buy them and regret them. When like you could have bought a dead air or something like that at probably at the end of the day 10 times better, look better, and have a warranty on it, if I remember correctly. Yeah, if I remember, dead air has a warranty on it. And FN, they don't really do anything. So
You gotta squeal before we cook ya!
that too. Another thing is, I also like don't get the hype behind suppressors. I get, you know, they're all around good. They reduce recoil and stuff like that. But like, I genuinely do like some guns because how loud they are and stuff like that. I think that's just cool. It's like, loud guns are funny. But I don't want to sit there and pay. If I were to buy a suppressor, I don't want to sit there and pay the same price as like. You could buy probably 2 Honda Accords, used Honda Accords for that price. And that's what's crazy. For a singular thing.
Always something new. Visit all our convenient locations.
Like, right now, my 18th birthday is in, like, 36 days or so. And I really want, because my local gun, like, my favorite company is FN. By heart. They're my favorite company. But the reason why I'm saying how I feel about this is because I do think it's a little bullshit that, you know, just charge out the ass for something that's not going to be good. Or, I'm not saying it's not going to be good, but something that could turn out to be not that great, you know? And like, if I go to buy a suppressor, I want it to be, I want one of the ones that have like, the holes for the muzzle, like, the muzzle break at the end holes, stuff like that, the port holes, stuff like that, because I like how that looks, but I don't want to pay, you know, for one that doesn't have something I don't like, or shit like that. And I don't know how to put it in, but like, how I feel about it. Like I said, I'm not saying they're a bad company. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they're doing this. But I'm also not saying it's going to be the greatest, you know, suppressor ever made. I'm saying that I don't want people to feel like they got scammed and stuff like that. So that's what's going to happen. People are going to get upset, say they got scammed when, yeah, they pay close to probably $3 grand almost, I'm guessing, for a suppressor. I don't know, I could be wrong. Like I said, I am, at the end of the day, just skitching around by myself. But I also want to like get something that would be quality, and FN is a quality company. They are one of the only companies I truly trust, because I only really trust Colt, Smith & Wesson, and FN. Springfield I trust. I own a Springfield M1A. Great gun. But modern Remington sucks. Modern Winchester sucks. Bro, modern Winchester is all made in Japan. Which I'm not saying Japanese stuff is bad or anything, but, you know, Winchester used to be like the American company. That's what it was. Same as Colt. And now they're... I just don't get it. Cause I was looking at I wanted a it was the Winchester 1886 remake. Cause that's like my favorite Winchester rifle, besides the Model 70. And
Enough walking.
it's like, bro, $2,000. I get maybe it's a remake. But when I saw it wasn't even made in the US, nah. And, oh my god, modern day Remington sucks dick.
Still haven't found the bomb.
Is there no
Like-
end to my power?
It really is crazy how bad modern Remington is. I wanted, well, it's not that I wanted. I had a, what's it called? What? I had a 90s era 870, which all Remington 870s are going to kind of run the same. And I thought, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was sorry, I had to sit there and think about it, but I know I'm wrong. They don't. Because so my dad, basically, when my grandfather came back from Vietnam, he bought a brand new inbox, fucking 1968 Wings. And my dad carried that. He said he carried that from when he was like 16 to about a year ago. So for a while, you know, my dad's 46. So 30 something years. That was the first 12 gauge I ever saw. And I fell in love with it. And I was like, you know what? I had 250 bucks. Me and my dad were at it. We went to a gun show. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna bite the bullet. And I bought it was a Remington 870 Express Mag. And it had a turkey soak in it. I cost it $110. I looked it up and I was like, holy guy. And he sold it with a shotgun. And I bought it. I bought it. I hit a squirrel with it. It was it had so the designated range on it was 110 yards. And I hit it with number 4 shot at like 30 yards. There was nothing left. I know how cruel that may sound, but fuck. But after I felt the difference in it. One felt like it's just, I don't know. Once it felt better.
Don't be shy now. Come on, you guys are ready to get rolling.
Let's get some wheels.
I don't think I can ever forget the first time I saw it, that 870. And then mine, it wasn't bad. Oh my god, it was so heavy though. Like my dad's 870 weighs like 7 pounds, which is heavy. But like, fuck, man. I mean, so I grew up. Well, it's not I grew up. I live in Georgia. We went to a place called Sheffield, and I mean, it's not mountains, but not mountains. If you go that way. That fucker. Ooh. After a day of walking with that, you were ready to put that sweet. And like, I'm not gonna sit here and like be like I regretted carrying it. No, it was awesome gun. I sold it because of money issues, but
Thanks to you.
I mean, I would never wish that on somebody. On like how long I was carrying it for, like how much it weighed. I would never wish that on somebody. I sound stupid, but I mean
I've
it.
been looking for you.
But
I'll see you later. We'll see you.
okay.
See you later.
I do think that's probably one of the best guns I ever owned. But I went to my local gun store, which is not local, but it's not the farthest place from me, but it's not the closest either. They're called Adventure Outdoors. They're like the biggest gun store in the state of Georgia, and I mean they have a good selection. And I was like, I need to get a different barrel. And just before I sold it, I was like, I need to get a different barrel. I was like, alright, I'm gonna go find a huge face mag. So me and my dad walked in, and I was not. What the fuck? I'm gonna wait until I do that. But I mean, when I went and looked and there's like none. Then I found one. Some dude was selling it. Well, not some dude. They were selling it for like $400, and I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna take the barrel. And he's like, well, I get that, but like, police magnums, you know, kind of wear. No, they're not. They're like the most common 870, if I remember correctly. The worst part is, they had a Super Express mag cheaper. And that's fucking wild. But you know what a Super Express mag is? It's a 3.5 inch, and I just have no need for 3.5 inch. Like within a week or so, I might be buying one. It might be it's a Mossberg. What's it called? Mossberg 835 or something like that. But he's selling it for $375, so I'm like, alright. But Remington makes good shotguns, just modern day Remington sucks. And that was a huge schizo ramble from FN. Oh yeah, so for my birthday, I think I'm speaking of which, those scars earlier. They have, so y'all know that you know, scars are being remade as Gen 2, which are kind of unique looking. He's fuck. My local gun store of Doors has like 5 of them still, the original ones. They're 3,300, and I've saved up a good bit of money, and I will be buying one. Cause it's like, who doesn't want to scar something? And it's not one of the ones with reciprocating; it's non-reciprocating too. So.
New missions are available at the Firestone Bounty Board.
Hey, why don't you come over here and chat a while? Always nice for a fellow to have company out here. Thanks. There are just some things that are too hard to do without the use of my eyes.
How long have I been schizophrenic? 20 minutes? Alright. Well, I will be calling this it. Yeah. See y'all.